All you have to do is tweet us and Facebook tag us your picks from your seat at tonight's area games, and this baby can be yours. Well, the weather outside surely is frightful. The ULA Holiday Classic was cut short on its final day today. Their biggest issue Sunday night came in this area, the end zone. They couldn't find it for the first time in 2015. The offense has failed to score. Just as school gets back in session for many tomorrow, area basketball teams are taking advantage of the time off today with a few matinee performances. Sweetwater's back home again in the Mustang Bowl in their district home opener against Lamise after a blowout opener. But in comparing him to a man who was once in his position many years ago, it may be the point of reasoning he needs to stay in that role. Today, Hadley gets her competitive juices going here on the golf course, using her past to drive her forward, all the way to a district title.
Thumbs up. All right.
With the swing of a racket, Abilene starts to feel like home.
When you're together, ouch!
Many refugee families from disaster-stricken countries now call the Key City home, and it's programs like First Serve at Abilene High that help make it feel that way.
I just took a leap of faith and came last year.
Clark Sullivan is this year's leader of First Serve that connects Abilene High's program to local refugees. Serving up tennis, beat the high school kid?
Yes, I do.
As a way to give back.
To come and be together and have fun, and even sometimes I'll hear them speaking different languages to each other. And that's just really fun too, because I know that they probably don't have that at their schools.
Teaching moments for both young and old.
I'm definitely learning a lot of how to be a good influence on other people.
I learn being nice, kind, and I practice every day at home. Yeah.
I just enjoy getting to do this for the kids. It's not really anything for me. It just makes me happy to get to help out other kids, other people.
And in its fourth year, First Serve looks to continue to grow, showing a little good certainly goes a long way.
We're busy people in America, but it's really not a big deal to just cut 1 hour out of your entire week, and it's a blessing to you as well as to these kids.
1, 2, 3. We love tennis!
Nice. Good job.
Now sports with KTXS Sports Director Chris Wilner.
Here's a ground ball right side, could do it. The Houston Astros are world champions.
From worst to first, in one of, if not the best World Series ever, the Astros are World Series champions for the first time in franchise history. And as you can see, it started last night. The party is well underway. Happy Thursday, everyone. It took more than a half century for the Astros to win their first World Series, and they felt as if they were celebrating a bit more than just a title. And in many ways, they were. In a win, not just for the franchise, but for a city recovering from devastation, one that packed Minute Maid Park, some 1,500 miles away, watching their team add closure to a tragic fall. Even one player, shortstop Carlos Correa, added another ring to what will be his World Series bling, dropping on one knee during the post-game interview. But the party is now headed to Houston with an even greater purpose.
To bring a championship back to...
And they're playing touchdown tonight. All right, well, the cost of the World Series, though, for the Astros may come from the Texans. Rookie quarterback Deshaun Watson reported to have season-ending knee surgery today after tearing his ACL in a non-contact drill in practice, according to sources. That's a big blow for the 3-4 Texans, with Watson leading the league with an 81 quarterback rating and the Texans' highest-scoring offense in the league. Houston has already lost J.J. Watt and Whitney Merciless to injuries this year. Well, tonight, Abilene High kicks off Week 10 of football with a playoff mentality. Warbirds needing to win out, starting tonight at Keller to have any shot at a postseason berth. Coming off its bye week, the Eagles should be well rested for this one as they hope its defense continues to put them in position to win. Last year, this was their district clincher, a 59-21 rout. But in 2017, their meeting with the Indians may just be even more important. Abilene High's offense will have an opportunity to shine, with Keller's defense averaging 23 points to its opponents this season. And the Eagles are confident now being in the driver's seat.
They still know that there's lots of football in this district left to be played.
Evans there will have highlights at 10, and also tonight's 6-man district contest first place showdown with Hermleigh hosting Borden County. Ira and Klondike will go for second, and Jayton looks to control its district title shot against Benjamin. And finally, the stage is set just east in Fort Worth. NASCAR returning to the Lone Star State this weekend. 4 playoff spots are on the line in the battle for a championship coming up in 3 weeks, but it's also the final time Dale Earnhardt Jr., most popular driver, the 14-time most popular driver, set to retire current season's end. It's his last trip around Texas, where it all started for Junior, winning his first race in just his 12th start back in 2000 with his late father there to celebrate. A tribute's planned, even some special 88 pretzels honoring a legend. How about that?
You don't know anybody going to that race this weekend, do you?
I know a few, and one of them's sitting right here.
Oh, yeah.
Work sucks, I'm going racing.
This weekend, Lake Nasworthy in San Angelo turning into a proving ground with some of the fastest watercraft out there.
See two guys pushing each other big time.
He's got him. He's got him. He's got him.
Making the fun all about
speed.
But as in any Lucas Oil Drag Boat Racing Series event, fans flip about the main event.
The other ones are fast. Wait till the top fuel starts.
Okay, Mickey, thumbs up.
The Big Kahunas. Top Fuel hydro boats cover 1,000 feet of track at nearly 4 seconds or 300 miles an hour. Announcer Roger Monroe bringing the good news, but also the not so good. Nick's face tells it all.
Dang it!
What happened?
My grandfather lost.
This year's race also celebrating a historical milestone. Can you believe it's 10 years already it's been here?
Been at every one.
That's crazy.
This sponsored by Bud Light.
But one thing won't change. Fans lined up along the shore.
That's what racing's about, too.
Popping a top.
Beer and fun.
Chris Wilner, KTXS Sports.
Welcome to the ballpark.
Oh, that fresh air.
Oh, this is great. Couldn't ask for a better day.
80 degrees in that Texas sun, bringing out.
The opening day is the greatest. Welcome.
Woo!
Should be a holiday for Texas.
Go Rangers!
I swear. They're crazy.
It's opening day for America's pastime, and on the corner of Ballpark Way in Arlington.
Most of them just want to hear one song.
Go Rangers!
Take me out to the ball game.
Take me out to the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. I don't care if I ever get back to it's free. For the Rangers!
This is what brings us together. Oh, and we can't forget to grab that quick selfie to show that this is Texas. And in Texas, we are proud.
Yeah, we are. Opening day, baby.
We are proud and not afraid to spend the most important day at the ballpark.
I'm spending my honeymoon at the Texas Rangers game. My husband is at work where he should be.
But for today, it's about taking it all in with just 161 games left to go. Chris Wilner, KTXS Sports.
A honeymoon without the husband. I love it.
It's been a whirlwind of a week in the NFL and its fans. Players, coaches, and staff continuing to let their voices be heard. And tonight, one local coach here in Abilene is giving us his take and putting things in a much different perspective.
That there would be no joint team response.
I'm so frustrated with our country because everybody wants to talk about all our differences.
The national anthem.
It's September 2017.
As they take a knee collectively, boos can be heard.
The football world is not where it's used to being. No, not about the highlights nor the superstars, but about this.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars.
And it's a trickle-down effect, with players on both college and high school levels being exposed to the recent NFL protests. With even some programs and teams taking the time to address the issues at hand.
I think it makes us look like fools across the world.
But when talking with ACU football coach Adam Dorrell, his Wildcats are taking a different approach.
Between social media and media, there's so many things that are driving locker rooms apart.
Keeping their sense of unity by focusing on what they share.
We're going to talk about the things that we all have in common. I've always done that as a head coach because people are not going to agree on that stuff. And to even bring that to light, I've never understood why head coaches do that.
But while the discussion will continue to roll on, there is some hope that a shift in focus could spark greater change.
If people would start realizing all the things we have in common, I think we'd all be a lot better off.
Football is back.
How about them Cowboys, baby? Hey, this is what we do, right? 2017.
Y'all don't want none of this.
Bringing both the good.
They lost to Green Bay last year. A humble Green Bay team in the
NFC champs. NFC champs.
NFC East.
NFC East champs.
Thank you.
And the bad. From hot rods to hot eats.
We got burgers, wings. We got hot wings. Woo, let's go.
Today, there's something for everyone.
Food.
Whether you're from Dallas,
Me, I work in Brooklyn. We're from New York.
or even from D.C.
We sparkle, we shine, and we are America's team.
And obviously, it is opening day here in Arlington, but this one a little more special for Cowboys fans. The drama of the offseason following of Ezekiel Elliott now over for the time being. Number 21 back on the field, and a lot of the fans here say he's going to get fed a lot this season.
Hey, it's time to feed the beast.
It's that over with. It just started. All we got to do is feed them. This is America's team, baby. Dallas Cowboys, #1, always will be.
I traveled 2,000 miles to win again.
But no matter what side you stand on, opening day works the same magic it has on football fans for the last 57 years.
Yes. Oh, it's all love. It's all good. It's all love.
From Arlington, Chris Wilner, KTXS Sports.